Good morning, everybody. I'm Laurie Glanfield, the Director General of the Department of Finance and Services, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here this morning. First of all, before we begin, I think it'd be appropriate to invite Auntie Donna Ingram, a member of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, to welcome us to country. Auntie Donna is a cultural representative and long-standing member of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council. She has worked in Aboriginal affairs and community organisations for the past 25 years, particularly in the field of education.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to be here today to offer you welcome to country for the Ministerial ICT Forum. It gives me pride to represent my community and the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council in this important cultural protocol. It shows respect for and recognition to the unique position of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in Australian culture and history. We are meeting today on the land of the Gadigal, who are one of 29 clans of the Eora Nation, which is bordered by the Hawkesbury, the Georges and the Nepean rivers. I'm an Aboriginal woman who proudly identifies with the Wiradjuri Nation through my family connections from a town called Cowra in central west New South Wales. I was born on Gadigal land and I've lived most of my life and raised my 4 children on this land. I'm also very proud to be part of the oldest living culture in the world, the Aboriginal culture of Australia, with our unique and distinct heritage, cultures and identities. I acknowledge the Gadigal, their spirits and ancestors who will always remain with the land Mother Earth, and thank them for their ongoing custodianship and for allowing us to gather here today for this important forum. I pay my respects to Aboriginal elders, both past and present, and realise the sacrifices made by our leaders to create a better future for Aboriginal people. I do this as a reminder and as a tribute to elders and those who have gone before us to fight for land rights, justice and equity for our communities. I extend my respects to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people from all clans and nations who may be present this morning. I now offer you a warm and sincere welcome to the land of the Gadigal of the Eora Nation and wish you a safe stay on the land and safe travel from the land. On behalf of Metropolitan Land Council, I wish you a productive and successful forum hearing about the New South Wales Government's ICT strategy implementation update for 2013-2014. In closing, we remember that this is, was and always will be Aboriginal land. Thank you. Have a great morning.
Thank you, Auntie Donna. I acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay my respects to elders past and present. Now, over the past few weeks, the Minister for Finance and Services, Andrew Constance, and I have been on a steep learning curve across the breadth of our new responsibilities. In relation to ICT, can I say one thing is absolutely clear. We stand at a point where we have an unprecedented opportunity to transform the way the government provides its services. Put simply, on the one hand, we need government through its agencies to clearly articulate the community service outcomes it's seeking, and on the other, we need to engage you, the ICT industry, to assist us to find the best technological solutions to delivering those outcomes. The future of service delivery in New South Wales is reliant on the ability of the public sector to adapt to the opportunities being offered in emerging technologies. We are rethinking how we deliver services to the community so that they can access government information easily, how and when they need to. We need to enable a more mobile public sector workforce to get public servants out from behind their desks and delivering services in the field. Government needs to work better together, sharing information to serve the community, but at the same time recognising that the protection of the community's private information is paramount. To enable the kind of transformation that is now possible, we need to take advantage of changing business models in the ICT industry, including the shift from fixed to mobile, physical to virtual, and opportunities to acquire all aspects of ICT as a service. For me, it's an exciting time to come into the role of the whole of government CIO. We've got a very solid foundation to build on. There's been enormous reform over the last 2 years, reflected in the government ICT strategy and the update the Minister will be launching today. I think the strategy has been recognised as being ambitious and forward-looking, in terms of its reform agenda. The ICT strategy so far has brought the community, the ICT industry and the research sector together with government to enable us to capitalise on ICT creativity and innovation. I'm certainly keen to see my Department of Finance and Services, playing an increasingly active role in assisting government agencies to review their service models and to consider how they can leverage dramatically improved outcomes through the adoption of modern ICT services. Now, you'll be aware, of course, we've recently launched the cloud policy, and certainly the development of that cloud policy is designed to support agencies in their decision-making process by highlighting some of the key considerations that agencies should take into account when evaluating cloud-based services. The New South Wales Government and its agencies are required under the policy to evaluate cloud-based options when undertaking ICT procurement, enabling them to determine the best value ICT delivery model to suit their needs. At the same time, the policy provides guidance on managing the security of public sector information and how agencies can make sure they meet their state records and privacy obligations in a cloud environment. It's certainly a challenging area, but it's also, as I said earlier, a very exciting opportunity for us to move away from spending a lot of money on infrastructure and starting to acquire a much more mobile and agile range of services to deliver the services we need to deliver to the community. So the ongoing development of the cloud policy and guidance is being informed by a number of pilot studies that are already underway within government. We're taking a close look at a number of cloud services to try and learn from the experiences that those who are using those services are having, and then to share best practice. This cloud work is only one part of a broader range of support initiatives, including streamlined as-a-service procurement arrangements, standard contract terms, and access to cloud services through our data centre consolidation reform program. Mobility, of course, will be an essential component of the future delivery of government services. We're working across government to develop standards and guidance on mobility, including supporting employees using their own devices in their workplace. The mobility standard details the issues that need to be considered so each agency can identify the options and approaches that best suit their business requirements. And I make it clear that we are trying to really enable agencies to make decisions in this area, but informed decisions rather than dictating from the centre. That particular mobility standard also defines a range of mobility services that will be made available to New South Wales government agencies through the ICT service catalogue. A working group has also been established to advise the government on the actions needed to improve information sharing across government. The working group has studied a number of key information sharing projects developed by the New South Wales Government Open Data Policy and is finalising identification of enablers and barriers to information sharing. One challenge for the ICT strategy over the coming year would be to show real outcomes from a better sharing environment in government. While we all recognise the benefits of information sharing, both within government and within the community, maintaining the security of community data is of prime importance. I saw a number of articles just in the last week where there were some people writing about the concerns. Well, the glass may be half full or it may be half empty. From my point of view, it's half full, and there's always a solution, and that's what we'll be pursuing rather than allowing it to perhaps inhibit our use of greater sharing and cloud services. The New South Wales Government Digital Information Security Policy establishes a consistent risk-based approach to securing digital information assets across the New South Wales public sector. The policy is supported by a community of practice which comprises senior information security officers from all agencies across government. The community of practice recently held a workshop with a number of their private sector counterparts from major banks and other key corporations to talk through common challenges and learn from each other's experiences. This kind of collaboration across both government and the industry is a hallmark of the approach taken to develop and implement New South Wales Government's ICT strategy. The Minister and I are committed to maintaining an open, collaborative dialogue with you, the ICT industry. I'd like to acknowledge a couple of people. First of all, John Baird, the Chair of the ICT Advisory Panel, and each of the members of the panel, all industry leaders who have given up their time to provide advice and to act as a sounding board for government in developing and delivering its plans. I'd also like to thank our presenters this morning in advance, John Baird, Steve Hodgkinson, Glenn King, Richard Host, Barbara Reid and Jane Treadwell, who will be facilitating our panel discussion. This kind of dialogue with industry has been and will continue to be critical to the success of our ICT strategy. In fact, on our panel today we have representatives of government and industry to lead a discussion on bringing the benefits of cloud to the public sector. I'm looking forward to hearing their insights and perspectives and of course comments and ideas from all of you in the open discussion.